Hello guys, we're back, another review. Today we have the RCC-1 from Arye. This mouse takes inspiration from the G303, G305. The G305 is the mouse that I went pro with on Fortnite, so obviously I love that shape. This mouse is everything but not a clone. I mean, it takes inspiration from those shapes, but created a completely unique product, a completely unique shape. And actually, one of the goals of this brand was to not make a clone at all, and it definitely achieved the goal. Let's get into the box. So from the unboxing, you can tell that this mouse wants to be a premium mouse. You get a little card box with the dongle in it. Another card box with other accessories. You get two pair of skates. I already applied the big one. You also get dot skates. I tested them on a glass pad and they work very well. You also get a microfiber cloth, some stickers, and the manual. So getting more into the mouse itself, this mouse has felt definitely different from anything else since when I tried it. Yes, it resembles in shape and size to the G303, G305, but when you use it, you're getting an experience that you didn't feel with other mice, and we will get into what I mean very soon. So starting from the build quality, it's extremely solid. This mouse is a blend between carbon fiber and the nylon, and honestly has zero weak points. You cannot get this mouse to creak anywhere. You can press it even from the inside, from the sides, from the bottom. It's just rock solid and honestly feels extremely good to use in that regard. The coating feels very grippy as well, a very high quality. I've seen Melon review and he mentioned that this coating was basically non-existent, but in my unit it's just very good. It's probably one of the best coatings that I've ever used. So very good stuff. Feels very grippy. So for the shape, it's definitely where this mouse gets more complicated to explain. Um, it takes inspiration from the G303 and G305, but when you compare it from the bottom with the G303, you can clearly tell that the mice are very different. The RCC-1 curves in way more on the top. Um, it has flat size, but they taper in quite a bit, and that gives a nice feeling of control when you grip the mouse. I'm normally not a fan of flat sides, but in this case, I actually like it quite a bit. I have a 17.5 by 8 centimeter hand, and I normally fingertip grip or have a pincer claw grip on my mice. And I have to say that this mouse works extremely well with my hand size and my grip styles. And I believe that this mouse works quite well with an aggressive claw grip as well, because as you can see, the mouse is not completely without an amp. It has this back part, which can support your palm grip, so you can get a very locked in feeling, a very good aggressive claw grip if you have small to medium hands. So in general, this mouse works quite well with these three grip styles. Getting into the buttons and the scroll wheel, this mouse uses Omron opticals as switches, and the implementation is very different from anything else I've tried. It might be because the buttons are completely flat. I'm not sure, but the clicks feel very muted. It's a very different Omron optical implementation to anything else. They're on the lighter side of the spectrum. Um, they're very spammable. There is basically no pre-travel at all. It just clicks. It's a very good feeling. There is a little bit of post-travel, but that's quite normal with Omron opticals, and in general, it's not something that you feel in game, as that helps with spammability. The side buttons are definitely the weakest point of the mouse. They are very light, and that's something I do not dislike actually. But the problem, especially with the one in the back, it just sinks in the shell a lot. There is a lot of post travel. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel as premium as everything else on the mouse, basically. And yeah, definitely the weakest point of the mouse. As for the scroll wheel, this mouse is using an alloy CNC wheel and not the classic plastic scroll wheel with rubber on it. And honestly, I like the change. It has defined steps, but they're quick and easy to spam. Middle button is very spammable, very, very good. So in general, I like the change. I don't see any problem with it. I had seen other reviewers complain about it, but in my opinion, it feels great and honestly more premium than scroll wheels with a rubber on it. That's for sure. So in general, the buttons feel quite good. Besides for the side buttons, which I've actually informed one of the owners already, and they said that they are aware of the issue and they will be fixing it for future releases. So that's pretty nice to see. As for the skates, they feel of very high quality. They glide very well on a control pad, and I basically have no complaints at all. I will definitely be keeping them. And once they wear down, I will just use the smaller ones. So pretty good stuff on the skates as well. So in terms of performance, this mouse has performed very well for me. I've tested it on Melon Fortnite, that's the game I played the most. And I feel like that this mouse is quite good for that game. It has this small shape that you can shift between a fingertip and a claw grip. And it works just very good on Fortnite. It's basically what I'm looking for in a mouse. And in terms of responsiveness, it has felt just great. I mean, most of the mice in today's market are very responsive. So when you have a very responsive mouse with no creaking at all and a good shape, it's just very, very good. So for the software, it gets the job done. It's nothing too crazy. Here you can reassign your buttons, and on the performance tab you can set polling rate and LOD and your DPI. I like to use 1K Hertz, 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, actually depends on the mouse. And on the advanced tab you can use the boost mode. I'd never use this on any mouse, to be honest, because it drains your battery very quickly and doesn't really make much difference in game. Motion sync is switch between on and off. In this moment I have it on. Angle snapping, ripple control always off. Here you can adjust your auto sleep and the bounce time of your clicks. I always use it on 0 milliseconds and didn't encounter any double click or any slam click at all. And here you can even adjust your sensor angle, but it's something that I always leave it at default. So in general, the software is quite basic, but gets the job done, and it's honestly clean. I like it. Here you can check your battery percentage. So yep, that's it for the software. In conclusion, do I recommend this mouse? Well, this is kind of complicated because the mouse is quite expensive. It retails at 180 euro, and the shape is obviously not for everyone. So I feel like this mouse can be recommended to people that want to try a mouse that feels very, very premium and definitely different from anything else, because from the unboxing to the shape to the clicks, which are, yes, Omron opticals, but the implementation is very different. I feel like that if you're someone that is looking for a different experience from anything else and maybe loved in the past the G303 or the G305, I feel like this mouse can be recommended. It's definitely not a clone of those shapes, but it's close in size range, and I've grown using a fingertip and a claw grip starting from the G305. So when I got this mouse, yes, it felt different, but I could use the same grip styles and they worked pretty well. So if you loved one of those shapes and want to try something similar but also different in some ways, this mouse can be recommended. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you've enjoyed this review in any way, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. And yep, see you in the next one, guys. Peace.